can't wait to see my name in lights. No one's gonna stop me. You'll see. I woke up. What's my name? Miss Madiba. Miss Madiba. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Mel Madiba, aka Melly Mel, aka Groovy Mel with the funky spell. And yeah, on this channel we love talking about creativity in South Africa. Today I want to tell you guys about my first art residency and my first solo exhibition. My first art residency was with the Blessing Ngobeni Art Prize, aka BNAP, and it went very well. I think my experience of my art residency was more about me and what was going on through my private life than it is about BNAP and the management and thereof. I just feel like a lot of things could have happened earlier or better had certain things in my own life been made true. So it was a 3-month residency, and for the first month I was living in Northgate. I was living in Northgate, well, North Riding, but very close to Northgate. Yeah, I was helped out by a great friend of mine. Well, she's not like a friend, but a very great person called Ayanda, and she helped me out with a place to stay. I did pay rent, but she helped me out. It was very last minute, and I traveled from Northgate to Victoria Yards every day for a month. And it was very, very difficult because I was literally going to the studio for nothing, and the studio is in Victoria Yards, in Bedrams. I'll try put a map here. I was helped by my roommate Lungi, who dropped me off in Sandton where she was working, and it was easier for me to catch a taxi from Sandton to town. And when I got to town, I walked. Bro, I walked from town with a taxi. So basically from Wolmarans I walked all the way down to Victoria Yards. It was a lot. It was tiresome, and then obviously after that, at least going back home was not as heavy as going there, because then I caught a taxi in just up the road. I caught a taxi to Bloot and then back to North Riding, and that was always the worst part, because first of all, the taxis took a little while to get full. Secondly, I always got home so late, bro. Like, why did I get home so late? And also I felt like I was going to the studio doing nothing, and I was just chilling, because a lot of my materials were not ready by the time I had started my residency. So it almost took 2 weeks for me to get my materials, and I don't have a car, so it was a lot, guys. I went through the most. But then Lungi needed to move out, so I needed to move out too. And then I found a place very, very close. I lived in Troyville, and I found this place on Airbnb. So I was just like, oh great, this is gonna be so much fun. And I mean, it was a great place. Well, the people were great. It wasn't a great place, the people were great. I did not take a video of where I lived. Like, I didn't take a proper video, but I will try to show you guys the video that I sent to my friend. Please excuse the quality of this video. I did not have an iPhone 11 Pro at that time. I didn't think I was going to show you guys where I lived. It was very bad. I just want to show you my room. Excuse the mess, okay? There's much space. So this is my room. That's my bed. That's me. It's my little closet, and that's my whole room. Sorry. Oh. It was very bad. Sorry, a fly was on my screen. Alright, so yeah, I lived in Troyville, and you know, the conditions that I was living in was not this. You know, baby, got some plants, got some candles, got a face beat by Jackie Aina. Like, I mean, so yeah, it was a really tough time, but I really loved living there because that meant that I could walk to work as early as possible, as late as I wanted to. If I wanted to stay up late, I could just catch a free Uber, because Uber was having those promos a lot. They were having those 20% or a 30 rand off on your trip, and I was always under 30 rand because I lived right by my studio. So yeah, I was like, thank you God, thank you God. But also I had quite a bit of money, and I didn't want to use that money to get a better place or to live in comfort. I just wanted to eat better. At that time I fully became pescatarian, and I was only buying Willie's food, so I felt like, you know, I was making up for the fact that I live in
the ghetto.
Like, I had mice in my room, bro. Like, it was bad. There's always a freaking fly. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Anyway, getting to my art residency, it was really great, and I definitely would encourage young artists to apply for that residency. Blessing Ngobeni is great, and the team is great. You'll learn a lot. I do feel like with that one I was more, not to say I was thrown into the deep end, but a lot of it was self-guided, and they definitely took a lot of my input. They understood what I was saying, and they guided me into making the right decisions. As I've never been in the art industry before, this was my very first time, I really felt guided. I think the only problem though with me and my type of practice, because I do pyrography, I created at a slower pace than somebody who is a painter, for instance. I created a lot less works, and I don't think I had enough time, and because I basically wasted my first month, everything that I did was in the last 2 months. That could have gone a lot better. I needed more electricity because I used drills, and I also used you know, my pyrography pen because it needs electricity. So that was, I want to tell you guys about my exhibition. The 13th letter, a manifestation of self, was about me. The letter M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. It's slap bam in the middle, and it's the only letter of the alphabet that you can say with your mouth closed. And me being Madiba, I just felt like it was really fitting to kind of just talk about myself, to make art about myself, because art is self, right? So I was just like, I want to make my exhibition about myself, especially because with my previous works, I always drew other women, and I always felt like there was an essence of myself within those women. Like, I am badass, I am whimsical, I am thought-provoking, and I am very like playful, you know. And I feel like and I am sexy, bruh. And I feel like a lot of the time I always felt like I was not those things because I'm just cute, you know, and people didn't really take me seriously. So I wanted to take myself seriously, and I wanted to make a drastic change. Thus I changed my hair, changed my hairstyle to show that I am still self, even with my hair not this fro, because I've kind of made it my thing, you know. These are the notes that I wrote. Okay, let's focus. Okay, there we go. So I write a lot, guys. Like, this was notes I wrote in 2019 when I got the idea of the letter M. All right, I'll tell you, but I just felt like I needed to show you guys these notes. Those are my main pages. And then number 13 was, you know, it's always like, oh, Friday the 13th, oh, 13 is an unlucky number, and it's not like that in ancient practice. So thinking about how we have 13 lunar cycles, there's a lot of 13 energy in nature, you know. I just felt like my idea was so layered, and I didn't know how to tell people that which was in my head, you know. I didn't know how to express the meaning of what I wanted to achieve, and I feel like to some degree I still don't. I had my best friend Kolo, come to my place when I was still living in North Riding, and really explain to her what I wanted, and I wanted her to help me just make it simple and palatable for everyday folk, because this is a lot, you know. This is a lot, and these are my thoughts, because I love symbols and I love numbers, I love numerology, I love astrology. So all these themes were all like out there, and she was just like, what is the divine feminine? Because the divine feminine is also ruled by the number 13. And she's like, okay, but what is the divine feminine? And then I had to explain that, and it taught me to learn how to make things simple, right? So yeah, I wanted to have 13 pieces for my exhibition. I didn't have that. I had 8 pieces at my exhibition, and I felt like 8 was also a very good number, because 8 is infinity and abundance and but it's also half of 4, and 4 is what 13 adds up to, because you know, like, look at how my brain works, y'all. So 13 is great. We're talking about the 13th letter, but I have double of 4 pieces, and I felt like it was perfect. I felt like I couldn't be happier. I didn't want 9 works, I didn't want 10 works. I wanted 13, couldn't have 13. Next best thing was 11, couldn't have 11. Next best thing is definitely 8, nothing in between. So I was very happy about that. What I did was I went through the dictionary, and I used to do this when I was a child, so this was very deep for me. So I took Ayanda's dictionary, thanks Ayanda, took Ayanda's dictionary, and I went through the letter M, and I saw words that stood out to me, both negative and positive, and I wrote this at the back of this book. Yeah, so here, ooh, yeah, here, I was going through the dictionary. I was thinking of words that I felt were good for the letter M and for me. So majesty, maneuver, because movement, marrow. I like the word marrow, because obviously when you think marrow, you think baby marrow or you think bone marrow, but it's like the inside. Like I like the word marrow, I don't know, it's a cool word. And so I was looking at like the positives and the negative words, like the shadow side of the letter M. I had meaning, you know, so I was thinking of words that I could use as titles, and not only like titles for my work, but also just giving hidden meanings or giving more meaning to my moment of my exhibition, right? I like the letter M because it looks like a mountain, like, you know, and the letter M just reaches new heights, man. Like, it's just like a powerful M, like when you're humming. Like, there's that who did that? Was it Rap Genius? I think Rap Genius or somebody studied humming, and they talked about Kid Cudi's hums and how that is just, we see, I watched this a few years ago, so I don't know what they said exactly, but you know, basically humming is deep, and that's why we love it. And I felt like I wanted this exhibition to be a reflection of myself, a manifestation of myself, past, present and future. Also just wanted to educate people or get people interested in the letter M and into symbols and signs that can be activated, you know, by divine truths and like ancient truths, because some things have been existing from the beginning of time. And also just liked how like almost every language in the world has the letter M in it. I don't know if it's a fact, but most of them, and most of us call our mothers mama or madre, something, you know. So that's really beautiful and powerful to me. And maybe that just sounds weird, but I love that. I loved my exhibition, guys. Like, I really poured myself into it, and I didn't sell out, but I sold. So, you know, I think I did well for my first solo and my first time being in the game, in the art industry, because before I got this Blessing Ngobeni Art Prize, guys, I was applying for jobs like a few months prior to this, I had not made a decision to be an artist. Like, I was always doing art as a hobby, as an outlet, and it was only when I was accepted for design in Daba that I was like, oh snap, I could actually make this a career, because I was the co-founder of Bumblebee Naturals and that's what I was focusing on. And then in 2019 I was like, you know what, let's do this thing. And some things took the back seat, you know, and some things were cancelled. So yeah, it just made sense for me to do this that way. But in the next videos, I'm going to show you guys and tell you guys exactly, go down into detail with every single piece that I did at my exhibition. And I might also throw in some pieces that didn't make it to my exhibition, so that will be an exclusive for you guys. But I hope that you guys are excited for me, because I want you guys to feel excited. Hope you guys comment and like and subscribe to my channel, and go out there and create and figure stuff out. I don't know if other creatives go through this. Sometimes everything is just always in my head and you just don't want to explain it. You kind of just want to just let it be self-explanatory. And I feel like with my piece this last year, with the manifestation of self, I put it out there for people to, you know, experience me however they wanted to, but I also feel like I wish they could have gotten the depth thereof, but I didn't want to like put niggas into school, you know what I mean? I also want them to self experience, like come up with, feel what you think you feel, you know, and see what you think you see in my work. So over the next few weeks, I hope you guys really tell me what you really think about my work, positive or negative. Like, I also want to grow, so tell me what you don't like. At the end of the day, it's valid because it's how you feel, whether you're telling the truth or not. Is, you know, because some people just give negative criticism. It's in need. But yeah, thanks guys for taking the time to have a brief introduction about my work at my first solo exhibition. I don't think I'm gonna have an exhibition this year, but hey, life comes at you fast. I'm going to be a student, y'all. I'm doing my 3rd year in interior design and I'm doing double my credits, so I'm literally just doing school and YouTube, a few art gigs every here and there. I have some body paint pregnancy shoots for later this month, no, next month. But yeah, I'm not doing a series. I'm just focusing on my school for now, and I will still be sharing some art exhibitions that I will attend, and I will spend some days with other creatives, so you guys will get a day in the life of a photographer or a day in the life of another painter, you know. So I definitely want to show you guys around Joburg and Pretoria and show you how other creatives live and how they do things. So if you are a creative and you want to collaborate with me, or you want me to spend the day with you and film you and like interview you and learn from you, hit me up in the comments, send me an email, you know, like hit me up on the gram. I'm out here for you, my nigga. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please again, like, subscribe, share. If you know somebody who would be interested in numerology, astrology, tell them to watch this video. Thanks so much. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a beautiful creative day. Mwah.